welcome to the channel Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja, these are my movie reviews. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. You've actually jumped in a good point because we're doing Monster Mayhem. It's May, so I've got a bit of a theme going with some mayhem. And we're looking at monsters, so yeah. For my returning viewers, thank you very much for coming back and checking it out. This one, it's one of my favourites. We're looking at The Mist from 2007. Directed by Frank Darabont. The movie stars Thomas Jane, Marcia Gay Harden, Laurie Holden, Andre Braugher, Toby Jones, William Sadler, Jeffrey DeMunn, Sam Witwer, and many, many more. Great cast, like stunning cast and quality director. So now I will be discussing plot specifics and spoilers, and there is a big spoiler at the end. So if you haven't seen this one, or if you've read Stephen King's novel of this, go watch the movie. Seriously, go watch the movie because yeah, spoilers are bound to happen. Anyway, a freak storm unleashes a species of bloodthirsty creatures on a small town where a small band of citizens hole up in a supermarket and fight for their lives, and not just from the creatures. Look, I love this movie. This is a great movie, not gonna lie. It does have its weaknesses, which I'll touch on, but it's a really great adaptation of a movie, like of a Stephen King novel. If you look at some of his earlier work, some of them didn't get the best reception, some of them didn't get the best adaptations, but yeah, if you look at what Frank Darabont has done with some of Stephen King's work, you know it's going to be good. Okay. The cast in this one is a solid cast. Like, as I read out, these are really solid actors. They've done some great things. They've been in really big TV shows, movies, you name it. Like, heaps of stuff. They do a really good job with their performances, particularly Marcia Gay Harden, who, Mrs. Carmody, is batshit crazy. Really good performance in that one. Laurie Holden's good. Andre Braugher is fantastic as always. The whole cast is amazing. Although I must say that some parts of Thomas Jane's performance or his portrayal of David sometimes seemed odd. There was just something off about him in those moments. Not sure what was happening there, but he more than makes up with it with that ending. And you talk about a gut punch ending. The ending to this film is just one of those massive, like, the only thing you can say is you can call it a gut punch ending, kick to the nuts ending, whatever you want to call it. This ending, it takes you and just, smashes your face into the TV essentially. Great ending and depressing, but a really, really good ending. The writing, look, it's based on a Stephen King novel and adapted by Frank Darabont. So look at what he's done with Shawshank, Green Mile. He's done phenomenal. Frank Darabont also did the first 2 seasons, season and a half maybe, of The Walking Dead, one of my favourite TV shows. And a lot of the actors in this did go on to star in that. Including Sam Witwer, who had a small cameo in the very first episode of The Walking Dead as the tank zombie. And there was a whole storyline where they were going to do a whole prequel to The Walking Dead, which would have ended with how his character got into the tank, but that's a story for another time. Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, Frank Darabont, Stephen King, you put them all together, you get magic, and this is what this is. It's one of my faves, and just the characters are so well developed. You get a sense of community because they know each other. It's a small town. Even though Andre Braugher's character is not a local as such, like you get that bit of animosity between them. There's the local rednecks and whatnot, but they're all well developed and they all do kind of come together and pull apart at the same time, so it's really well done. Look, the only issue with the writing, and this is me personally, is not knowing the full extent of the cause, the how, the why of The Mist. I want to know more about Project Arrowhead. Maybe that's a conspiracy theorist in me talking, but I really, really want to know what was going on there, what happened there, how far did this thing spread? Yes, in the end, at the end of this movie, it seems to be clearing up, but I just felt there was more to it. There was more that could have been done. That's me personally. And maybe, hey, if they ever make a sequel to it, who knows? They did try and do a TV series. It went for one season. It was good, but it was nothing like this. It was nowhere near as good. Directing, again, Frank Darabont, what can you say? He nails it. Hands down, great job. The effects are stunning. The look of these creatures in the mist, there's just something about them. You got the smaller creatures, you've got the bug-like ones, and you've got the big ones. The big ones are enormous, and you get a feeling of Cthulhu, kind of with the tentacles and whatnot, but the smaller ones are just freaky. And the reason for that is when you get a close-up of them, of the creatures' faces, they've got these human-like faces. They've got human-looking teeth as well, so yeah, it's creepy as, but they look good. The only issue with the effects for me was the tentacles. There's a scene where one of the characters, played by Chris Owen, I think that's his name, he was Sherman in American Pie, the Shermanator. He's been in other stuff as well, but yeah, the Shermanator. He gets pulled out under the garage doors. The tentacles they're too CGI, they look very CGI. Only gripe about it, but it's a minor thing. The rest of the effects are really well done. Rewatchability, look, this is, it's an amazing film. Really well done, great characters, well developed characters, well written characters, and a great, well paced movie. Like, it is a good movie, like without a doubt, hands down. And I would rewatch this again and again. I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched it. Off the top of my head, probably 6 or 7. Not a huge amount, but it's definitely one that I have went back and rewatched over and over again. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. Overall, for a score though, taking all those elements into consideration, you've got the cast, you've got the writing, directing, the effects, and the rewatchability. It's just so well done. Gets an 8.5 out of 10. It's that good. Like, I highly recommend, if you have not seen it, check it out. And that ending, you'll walk away from this film like, what did I watch? Like, yeah, it's that good. So there you have it, The Mist from 2007. Thank you very much for watching me ramble on about this movie, because, that's what I do. So if you haven't already, please do like this video. Make sure you do subscribe to my content, or subscribe to my channel for future content, and click that notification bell so that way you know every time I release a new video. Usually, like I said, like I've said before, twice a week. Try and get one up, and I do my 60-second reviews, really quick, sharp movie reviews of just random movies that I watch. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.